Okay, so, still here. Procrastinating. Being like, wow, you know that in horror, the green lighting is often used because it's like, it gives this sense of being unnatural, because it's not a normal color for light, and that's why they use green lighting in horror. And I'm like, I don't want to walk into the murder labyrinth, please. What if I didn't walk into the murder labyrinth? What if I hung out here instead? We don't get detected by that guy. It's hard to fight him without getting caught, because I can't sneak up on him. But now we know we can sneak up on these boys. This is a rapid learning process with like us figuring out exactly what you can do against these things. I'm so shocked that you can stab them. You also have to get uncomfortably close. Like, it's a good thing there's an arrow kind of earlier on in the process to kind of hint. Otherwise, like, how would you think to even get that much closer to even try? Okay, he didn't see me still. Wow. But he is very much blocking the only path forward, so... I think they genuinely expect you to kill every clicker before you continue in spaces like this. Uh-oh. So the clicker's still alive. Oh, god damn it! I'm gonna die. No! Did I get it? Are you gonna explode? That was a normal stab? That was all of my heals! I gotta backtrack now. Wait, no! How do you know where I am? Bottle. That didn't work. What the fuck do you do in situations like this? Just die? I guess I just die, right? Like, I can't do anything. I don't know what all of my, like, auto-response things were. Were those just all knives each time? She never, like, tried to fight back with the other thing? Damn it. Now where am I? Oh, we're like way back, aren't we? Oh, we're like way back. Okay, I got a lot of steps to recreate. Alright, see you guys in a bit. God damn it. Man. Yeah, it's hard to know how to react to a licker coming your way, even from across the map, where it's like, maybe I could have run away just in time to throw the right thing in the right order, but I was in close range with the zombie that I needed to keep shooting in the head. So he was gonna grab me because we're extremely slow at moving around. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. That sucked. Well, this episode immediately opened with me dying. Okay, this makes more sense. I was wondering about that return trip for the safe, and what I missed is that this door over here is locked with the key reader, which I think might be the same type that this type of key works on, right? So actually I have access to this door. So we're not quite where I left off. We're actually going somewhere else right now. I'm curious if this is like a one-off thing. Or if it's going to be much larger. The clean room. No exits. Currently no sense of anyone being in here, so I should be able to walk around. And see what I can find. Transfusion bag. Ink ribbon. Glowing box. We'll save you for last. That seems important. I always save the most important thing in the room for last, because if nothing else it might cause, like, the logic of the horror to trigger. There's an example. I wish poor little Grace would be a little more... If she could be a little more proactive at being like, stomp the head, stomp the head! There's such moments where I'm like, oh, there's so much time to fight the zombie before it can do anything. And I'm like, stomp on its head! I've watched too much Walking Dead. They admittedly make fighting zombies feel comically, easy and inconsequential. Right up until the moment where suddenly it like grabs them. Oh god, the struggle, and then they're totally fucked for a while. And like, oh no, someone saved me. But there's a million times where they just cleanly destroy like 30 of them, and you're like, damn, all right, made of paper. In fact, they're made of air actually, because whenever Michonne's swinging her sword around, she just swings it at the empty air where there's no one around, and then they separately, I think, film the zombie actor, and then they CG have the head like get sliced in half and so on, because obviously she's not swinging a sword through anybody. The Animus orb? A beautiful crimson orb, one of the objects you need to enter the administration area within Ark. Uh-oh. 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 So all of them just got out? Uh-huh, okay. Get out of my way. Any zombie? Just those two? Okay. I was getting ready. I thought there was way more at first. I thought there was like 3 or 4, but just 2 it looks like. I was ready to throw a Molotov at them and be like, yes, my chance. A proper mob. But then not only was there not that many of them, they immediately split up around the central pillar, and so they weren't even grouped up anymore. I'm like, god damn it. That was gonna be cool. Instead it was a couple bullets. Didn't get grabbed from behind though, so that's nice. And apparently we need an Animus orb to continue at some point, and I have that now. So that's good news for me too. 80 and 50 should perfectly be enough without capping out. You never want to use one of those bags. Oh, you can make a bottle of acid also, but it's more expensive than the injector. So I would just make injectors, because I think I can usually sneak up on these guys. Bottles of acid have their own value though, because the bottle of acid allows you to do a ranged takedown, which is pretty good for the convenience, but is especially good. Oh, is that where the Animus orb goes? I should confirm that. Hello. I thought eyeballs go in here, but it might be the Animus orb that goes in here. Imagine if I was collecting all those quartz cubes for the door, and then the game punished me for putting them in the door. Like, because I put them in the door and left them. I'm about to talk about putting them in the door right now and leaving. Oh yeah, there's a red one and a white one too. Oh, the 2 colors of the umbrella logo. That's cute. They love their theming. Be like, imagine if, like, the Dr. Dickhead walked up and just took the cubes away. You're like, ah, I see she's trying to escape through the cube door. I'll take that. And then just took the cubes back out of the door and walked away with them, and you had to go, like, do a bonus. That'd actually be really funny if you do like a bonus side quest as a punishment for putting the cubes in the door in advance. Instead, if the cubes sit in the door for too long between when you put them in and when you actually open the door successfully, if the doctor just like showed up and like just took them away and you had to do an additional task in order to get them back, that'd be really funny. That'd be a fun iteration to go on with this. With that, just I like things that riff on the formatting of the puzzles and adventures and so on, and like kind of comment on them or just realize like, wait, in real life, it's a little silly to put this stuff in the door and just leave it there. What if the guy just showed up and took them, and then have the game like do something with that, and then you have an incentive to be like, oh, it'd make you want to hoard all of your resources. It would make you want, not all your resources, it'd make you want to hoard all of the key items and then spend them all at once, in one trip, so that you don't, get punished. That's a fun idea in my head, at least. I don't know if that's a fun idea to anybody else. Some people will be like, ah, oh, postmodernism, ah, oh, you're subverting the genre. I'm like, nah, I don't think that even really subverts it, it just iterates and riffs on it in another fun, surprise way. But it doesn't necessarily, like, reduce or demean the existing format. It just has some fun with it. And I think that's fun. It's kind of like how in Amnesia the Bunker, they're playing with the safe house-oriented gameplay of these games that I love so much. And that's why Amnesia the Bunker is my honorary Game of the Year survival horror game from whenever year it came out. Probably like 3 years ago. It was, especially when we were in a, when I had just been playing, I had just played Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 4 Remake back to back. I was so happy to see a survival horror game that was like doing a retro, Resident Evil thing in a nice, enjoyable horror way, merging the amnesia, upsetting horror stuff and disempowerment with Mr. X and Nemesis as a pursuer enemy, crossed with the safe room stuff. It was all like a lot of fun to play with. It's what we thought Lady Dimitrescu would be, but instead you barely had to do any navigational stuff in that game, and she wasn't around for that long. And I think you don't pronounce the U. I think everyone pronounced the U before the game came out, and then the game came out and they actually heard the word being said, and you're like, oh. They never actually pronounced the U. Signalis also did a version of this, and Signalis was also very good in like 2024 or something. But it is my least favorite way of presenting some of the horror. I should not be running. There, he's moving. Snag can come over here and take him out. There we go. That's what I should have done the first time. And yeah, no gunshot means no liquor coming. So yeah, that was an unnecessary risk that I took that I was punished for severely. Yeah, I like a lot about Signalis. It had the safe room gameplay, some fun puzzles, great story and visuals and so on. I just don't love the combat style of a top-down dual-stick shooter style way of doing stealth. It wasn't like quite a dual, it wasn't like Geometry Wars or anything. Like it was, you had to like stop and pop and aim carefully in a bit, way a bit akin to the old Resident Evils. But it lacked the ambiguity of those kinds of shooters and instead was like, well, pretty precise stuff. I don't know how to put it exactly. I guess it's just an element of like the perspective and gameplay style I don't like as much. Because yeah, it was top down. It wasn't fixed camera angles, or more. Because like the two really horrifying things are top down, are fixed camera angles and first person. Because fixed camera angles let the game really conduct itself and like plan what you're gonna see the whole time in an interesting ways. The fixed camera angles let you really create special visuals that can restrict what you see and have cool payoffs there. And first person just really restricts what you can see altogether because all you can see is first person, and that makes it hard to do most things. That's spooky dooky. No! That's gonna be a problem. Oh, god damn it. No, it didn't even work. God damn it. Well, that's bad. Just gonna go through this fire real quick. Got another one? Ah! God damn it, man. Man, I have to redo all of it again, including the bonus room this time. Fuck. Alright, well I'm gonna save before it next time, because this is clearly enough of a pain in the ass that I don't want to do 10 minutes of prep work each time. I don't... I can't run from a liquor, really. I'm so slow. That's rough. Yeah, it really is just like a very prolonged mandatory stealth section where if you make a single mistake, the liquors come at you, and I don't know if there's any more tools I can use at that point besides just going down. I've probably overused some of my resources, but it's kind of hard to navigate that environment without using the resources. I guess the idea... Now that I have the idea of where we're going, I guess the idea is to, like, perfectly take out all of the zombies while maybe taking out none of the clickers. And just very carefully navigating the whole time and saving resources that way. But ultimately, it's just the fact that that asshole turned around too quick, and that fucked me over. God damn it. Me not being sure whether to crouch or stand or what speed to move at, that it won't fuck me over and so on. It's fine. Let's just do it all again. Okay, okie dokie, we did it all again.
Made it yet.
And I think I remember to save. Yeah. Oh god. I hope so. Thingy in. Did the bonus room. So I was right. There actually was 3 zombies that ambushed me in that one room. One of them was perfectly poised behind the pillars, I guess. What's interesting is that specifically their AI is designed in a specific way where, as far as I can tell, 2 of them will chase you and the other one will stumble in the doorway and then kind of just stay there. So the obvious tactic of just luring them all towards you by standing kind of close to them and cycling around the room doesn't work, because they won't all just follow you like that. One of them does just stay at the front door and doesn't follow you, which is so rude. But this time I got through that room with only 1 bullet. I fired 1 shot at the guy in the doorway, and he immediately was primed for the F button knockover. Anyway, I have a bottle of acid this time, so I can now defensively take one of them out if they aggro, hopefully. But you still have to hope that only one of them aggroes, which is rough. Dang, I think I do have to fight both of these guys and kill them individually. Because my plan was like, I was thinking about like, well, what if I just like... I was like, what if I just get rid of the zombies and don't fight the clickers and get through here quickly with fewer resources? But this guy blocks this one spot and he doesn't walk around, and if I throw a bottle to attract clickers... If I throw a bottle to attract them elsewhere, then that's not going to work either, right? So I got... No, not clicker, lickers. I gotta kill these 2 lickers, I think, because I don't think I can fight that guy without having them out of the way. So as much as I want to just go back and iterate on my previous ideas and have new plans, it seems like overall I was largely taking the correct approach, and I'm not really going to be changing it beyond hoping to not get caught this time, basically. Which is a disappointing answer, but I think that's the main thing I have to share with you right now. It's like, yeah, I guess my main goal right now is just to not fuck it up this time. That was a normal... Okay. I was briefly worried that I'd accidentally thrown an acid bottle, and that would be very wasteful. It'd be very funny if they didn't even program the acid bottles to make noise. Then it'd be just like a quadruple mistake. But yeah, it's amusing that the clickers are like almost comically easy to get past. Right up until there's a single normal zombie in the room. Just one normal zombie to meet you, like, oh fuck. How did I get through this without getting aggro? Where's the one zombie? There he is. Quickly. So he comes out of here. In that moment I was like, oh, I think I just saw him walk out of here, so I think that means that he's in the middle of the animation of kind of starting his spawn. Like he first announces his presence by doing that on a scripted thing. So then I was like, okay, that's probably the safest time to go at him if I rush him right now. He's probably not allowed to move for a few seconds. Alright, so now I might be in the clear. There might not be... Fuck me. Do it immediately. No hesitation. Jesus Christ. Okay, that pays for it at least. I'm like, that's an expensive room. That sucks. Uh-oh. I want to break that box for loot, but if I break the box, I'll get murdered. They're hiding the loot in boxes now. No. Okay, so far it's been safe to be inside these buildings. Monitor control room safe. 50, 60, 80. Is that the room upstairs? Yes. I don't have the ability. Oh, I haven't. Must be consumed first. There, I have one injector now. Fuck, I blew through my entire supply in this room. That's wild. It's gotta not be the only way through, because I built, I think, what you would call an inordinate number of those up front. Let's go back and open the safe. I think I built way more injectors than people might be expected on average, but they definitely weren't provided, so that's not necessarily the one way through this room, but the alternative would be in part potentially just having more acid saved up from previous parts of the game. I don't know. Definitely didn't help that I opened a box and it immediately had a guy inside. I'm like, I just had a tough instant decision to make of like, I either immediately inject this guy or I flee, because I don't know where he's gonna walk or what's gonna happen to me. And it's gonna be a problem for me immediately. $50, $60, $80. 50, 60, 80, all the way around. Wow. Usually it isn't this many steps. After having to open the other safe multiple times now. Oh, 2 bottles of acid? Oh, it's empty. Never mind. 1 bottle of acid and 1 bottle of bottle. 1 bottle of air. We love our bottle of air. No more blood, though. I'm not getting much blood. I think that room doesn't really have blood in it either. No. Blood. Blood. Gallons of the stuff. This is a bunch of scrap away. I want to keep 1 scrap around. They take up a lot of space, so I don't want to have them all at once, but it might be worth having 1 just so I can craft something if I happen to get some more blood. Alright, we're further in than ever before. Our movement speed feels so agonizingly slow. I swear that I'm pretty sure that when I power walk, my gay little power walk, I'm pretty sure I move faster than this. And I'm holding shift, so she's like really hustling right now. I saw a little third-person gameplay, and it looks like part of how they explain her movement is that when you're running around in third person, she tends to like fall over and stuff like that. Like she's stumbling and kind of eating shit and stuff like that. Like I saw footage of somebody running from the monster at the beginning, and she falls over, and I'm like, huh, are they just like incorporating that into the animation and like into your movement speed? Like, that's interesting to think about. Like it's, cause she does. I don't think she fell over when I was playing as her in first person. It'd be more jarring in first person to witness falling over and then having to orient yourself and not get killed by the monster, obviously. Uh-oh. Another fucking zombie too? Oh, I think he heard the door activation technically. Motherfucker, there's another zombie in there? I am being punished for opening these. Is there like a fucking... Can I like flush the entire room with acid to purge it? That feels like a thing that Umbrella would have set up in this place. He's back. Is he sniffing? Does he sniff? His jaw's moving a weird amount. That animation looks weird. He's going like... Oh! Trying to do a fucking stealth mission, ma'am. I need you to quiet down. I'm over here doing a stealth mission. She's like, yeah! Yeah! I'm like, please stop. I can't. Like, this is one of my biggest pet peeves about watching movies and TV shows where someone's being quiet. Is that the Foley artist will then make so many sound effects in this happen in the scene, and I'm like, does no one hear those sound effects? Are those just because like they're just for the benefit of the audience basically? But it's just really surreal to hear a bunch of noises, but then seemingly nobody in the scene hears any of those noises, so they're just for us. Like it's very surreal. The best I can do is stomp that and then sneak away, and then they'll investigate it. Oh, it's spooky. If I could close the door right now, oh my god, if I could, they really remove the ambiguity there by having the doors go up in the air, so you really can't press a button, really. If there was a closed door button, that would feel so good. In fact, that's what I thought this was gonna be. I genuinely thought at the beginning of the sequence that this was gonna be a trap the liquors thing. The moment I opened one of those things, I was like, oh! You make a noise inside the thing, and then they go inside, and then you close the door, and then they're trapped in there, and they can't break out. It'd be really funny to trap those two in here. All that for an empty bottle! Which itself is a thing you throw to make noise! That's very ironic, because that's what just happened. Oh god. Don't get stuck on the geometry! Don't get stuck on the Okay. I thought I was getting stuck on the corner. I'm like, no, please! The funny thing is that risk was unnecessary, because I don't seem to ever actually go in here. In fact, I could have just gone in here, if I really wanted to. I can't help it. Sometimes I just automatically progress away from any of their physical bodies. That's just like the intuitive thing to do. But it really is about memorizing the exact path they take over and over again and just knowing which specific parts of this grid are always safe, basically. Alright, so now we're relatively safe up until the next zombie shows up. Which is immediately will ruin my life. Definitely a bunch of walkways above this place, and yeah, and items. But can I get there? Maybe after this door?
AI Control Center.
Uh-oh.
Reboot failure. No response. Containment protocol inactive. Containment protocol inactive.
Uh-huh. They gave me an increment and a save point, so I should just save. They're being polite. I hear him. Kill! I'm like, don't make me shoot a gun. Not in this level. Nope, secret climbing spot. Alright, so some shit is going down, clearly. Let's go ahead and just take the free save they just gave me, so I don't have to do that ever again. And I can stop replaying one room over and over again. Everyone will enjoy that. Alright, sorry about that. Cavalcade of mistakes. Including maybe that grammatic mistakes. I just threw cavalcade in there, willy-nilly. Arc Lab Unit 01 to 02 floor plan. I'm in operations room. We were trying to reach the archives by putting the two globes in it. So we're hoping to find the globes around here. That crawl space up there probably takes me to the catwalks I saw above the room that I was just in. So that'll all make sense in a minute. Oh, it might even give me access to the archives, in which case, what was the point of trying to get into the recessed panel here? I don't know. That's weird. Ah, there's the thingy. The Noblesse orb.
This is it. I did it.
Noblesse? What's the Noblesse phrase? Let's see. Noblesse. Noblesse oblige. The inferred responsibility of privileged people to act with generosity and nobility towards the less... Oh, that's not ever true. That doesn't ever happen in real life. So that's like some trickle-down theory nonsense. Like, oh yes, the rich people will be good to the poor people and they'll use their power and funds to improve the world. A thing that's basically never happened unless they were afraid of being decapitated by the poor people. I don't like that he's currently crawling towards me. Okay, I have bottles. I have bottles in case of emergencies. Turning around. He is kind of just filling in the hallway I'm in, so there's not really anywhere else to go. So we'll see how far he patrols. Okay, there's a branch here. That's good. I'm sneaking away slowly. Everything's gonna be fine. Go away. God, 2 of them came over. So every time I try to break one of these things for one loot item, I have to worry about multiple routes of incoming enemies that will ruin my life if they find me. But I get to have like a glass bottle or something. 16 handgun ammo. That's actually like maybe the most I've ever picked up at once. Damn. This is peak Resident Evil resource risk reward choices. Because I have the resources to kill these guys. The problem is that if I do that, I won't have the resources to kill future things, maybe. It's a bottle of acid. What if I broke this and then both people got killed by the same bottle of acid? I think this one's a trap. I think if that one also attacks me, then I'll have nowhere to hide besides behind the box. At which point I just have to hope that... You have no choice but just hope. I think I just have to hide all the way back here, basically. Push the bottle of acid. If both of them show up at the same time, I might be able to throw it at both of them, which would be pretty cool. Oh, he's coming from over there? Please don't walk this way. Oh no, he just walked away. Okay. Ew, its butt looks weird. Those cheeks just folding in on themselves with every step. That's so weird looking. Muscles are such a weird thing to render in 3D. It's really brave to make a character that's literally just his only exposed muscle. Because a constant issue with 3D models is that they constantly deform and fuck up at, like, doing anything even slightly resembling how muscles actually move and look. Because usually it's just like, they're just covered in a bunch of, like... Where is he? Oh, did he go all the way around? Did he go around the entire outside perimeter of this area? Is he coming back right now? Not necessarily. No one even heard that. That's wild too. Gonna sneak down over here. Sneak down in the fire. Any bad news coming my way? Lost my train of thought a little bit. Was dealing with stuff. But we got the fun orb. Well, that's neat. Yeah, I was not expecting him to wander so far off in a different direction. So that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Someone anticipated this being on the table. Nope. You heard my footsteps a little bit. I got a bottle. I got a scary bottle. No. 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 Kind, Danke. Uh-oh. Okay, so he's coming back. So this is the only one that I might be able to go around. And that's a dubious guess. Quickly. The amount of noise I'm making in real life in this stealth section. That was like... Okay. I figured. That fucking window. Ugh. Flickers are such dicks. I wonder if that's one-to-one tied to whether or not you killed them earlier. Like, if you killed either of them, is there just only one Licker in that scene? Seems like that might be the case. No blood bags, but some blood.
Blood. Gallons of the stuff.
Let's make some injectors. Yeah, I don't have any injectors. The acid bottles are strong, but we need injectors to be able to fight the zombies with stealth takedowns at all. Because I think that just can't stealth them at all. I have 58 bullets, 68 bullets counting those ones. 2 more injectors than I have space for? Like, this is getting silly. My inventory's gone crazy. The map definitely seemed like the other area was connected. Yeah, like that. Oh, the study in the elevator is connected, not to that part, but to this. So we go to the archives to get to that stuff, and then the elevator is probably where we're going next. Or it's where Leon's gonna come from, maybe? Depends on how long the Grace section is. If you want to do a perspective swap, though, that'd be great for me, because then I get to more autosaves. That's the study and elevator door. This is the fucking Matrix Revelations ass, my entire life's been surveilled room. Weird recessed screens. Are these mostly just of this place? Is that just like a weird zoomed in shot of part of the weird globe? I guess maybe it is tripping out a little bit. Maybe it got hit by the... Maybe Leon broke this camera and knocked it over, and that's why it's pointing so uselessly at the wrong spots. Is that useful to still have ancient images of my mom? Get her to cooperate. Release Elpis. Bring key to RPD. Get her to cooperate. Bring her to ARC. Release Elpis. Flowchart's very hard to see. Let's see. Gun? Gun will zoom. Not really. Is my flashlight on? Nope, that's just how shiny that screen is. No, I'm gonna give up. It's too hard to read that. This might actually give it to me though.
Where have I seen this?
Something important. I'll explain later.
Disc? Yeah, we haven't done anything with that yet. How have you not lost that this whole time? That's impressive.
Shutting yourself away in a dark room like this is quite the change for you, after the life you've led.
Life takes unexpected turns, don't you think?
Looking back, do you feel that the choices you've made have contributed to your present circumstances?
Of course. What you sow, you reap. Isn't that the natural order?
So, tell me, Lord Spencer, what would you like the world to know?
The truth. But a short break before we begin, Miss Ashcroft. I'm not a young man. I don't have the energy I once did.
So she met... So she met Spencer.
Like this.
Are you Spencer's daughter? They do keep having people be family members of older generation characters. Yay, an autosave.
Okay. Back in biz. Fuck.
I thought that knife was in his chest.
I am now. Grace cleared the way for me.
That's not what I'm talking about. Your body can't take much more.
I'm gonna settle this. You just send us a chopper for immediate evacuation.
I don't know if he plans on evacuating. I think it's just for Grace. Guess we'll see. Oh, so what happened as of a few minutes ago?